I've been doing a bit of testing myself, most recently at the Bushwhacker Brew Pub in Regina, where I went to learn a thing or two about single malt scotch. By tasting, of course, you know, for the next time I have to buy a gift for my boss or myself. So, you know, I wanted to impress the boss, so I thought, a bottle of scotch. I'm standing in the liquor store. I don't know what to buy. So I've come to talk to Grant Frew. He's the bartender here at the Bushwhacker Brew Pub in Regina. And you guys know your scotch. You've got quite a few varieties here.
We've been scotch fans for many years, yes.
Oh, I love the selection. So, of course, the experts in scotch. Now, I want to buy the boss a bottle, maybe a girlfriend to introduce her to scotch. I like scotch, but many of my girlfriends don't. So I need you to tell me what are the qualities of different scotches and who they might be appropriate for.
Okay, well, if you're trying to get the girlfriends into single malt scotch, you should probably start with something like the Glenlivet. This is a very light-bodied,
check it out,
Speyside single malt scotch.
Speyside meaning what?
Speyside, that's the largest region of single malt distilleries in all of Scotland. Very soft.
Yeah. Now, why are we looking at only single malts, though, no blendeds?
The blended scotches are fine, but they're all very similar. At least with the single malts, depending on where they're produced, they really speak about the geography of where they come from.
Okay, so the Dalwhinnie, what's that?
Dalwhinnie is also from the Speyside region. It's the highest distillery in all of Scotland.
Check it out.
So the water used to make this is running over granite. It's very crisp, it's very clean. This is, again, a very easy drinking single malt. So if people like Glenlivet, they should also like the Dalwhinnie. Again,
I'm a big
soft.
fan of Dalwhinnie. Very
this
nice.
This is a Dalwhinnie 15-year-old. And next we have the Macallan 12-year-old. This is also from the Speyside region of Scotland, but you can see from the color that it has been aged in sherry casks.
Okay.
So it gives it that bit of a sherry color, and it'll have a sherry aroma and a bit of sherry flavor as well. So this is a little bit more exotic, so perhaps for the boss, you know, at Christmas time, a bottle of Macallan, you can't go wrong with that.
He'd be impressed?
He'd be impressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or she?
Or she. Yeah. By buying this, you're showing that you know what good scotch is.
I think my favorite just changed. I like this better than the Dalwhinnie.
Now, if you really want to impress the boss and you want to get the company car and the promotion and the raise, you probably want to let him or her try the Auchentoshan 21-year-old.
Yeah,
this is a Lowland single malt.
Lowland?
Lowland. Yeah, it comes from the Lowland region of Scotland. There aren't very many Lowland distilleries in operation today. So with the 21-year-old, that's increasingly rare. You can't get this scotch in Saskatchewan, unfortunately. We special imported it for our last single malt scotch tasting that we do every November. Yeah. But you have to come down to try that. But triple distilled, soft, slightly sweet, incredibly complex, amazing, right?
And you guys will be doing scotch tastings?
We do scotch tastings every November. Yeah. Auchentoshan.
Now, what's this one?
The last one is the Lagavulin 16-year-old. That comes from Islay, which is an island off the west coast of Scotland. This is a very, very peaty, huge bad boy.
Oh, you can really
Massive.
smell and taste the peat moss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you've got a boss that really likes intense, powerful things, this is the way to go. And if we're looking at the price points of what you're spending, you're looking at about 40, 60, maybe 60 for the Macallan. This was 120, which I brought in from Alberta. And then the Lagavulin, you're looking at about $70 to $80. So those are your price points.
The stogie smoker, the suit, the good dress,
Christmas,
Christmas,
and both of the girlfriends.
And both of the girlfriends. I've got it made in the shade.
You got it made in the shade.
Thanks, Grant.